Welcome back to our first Around the Region special on location at 4-Wing Cold Lake. Daniel Barry now takes a look at the Cadet Service Band course.
This is the Service Band's first recital here on base. Cadets from across the prairies come to Cold Lake to attend a 6-week course where they teach music theory, performance, along with instrument maintenance, citizenship, and leadership training. Instructors here say the values of cadets are often similar to the ones of music.
And in music, there's a lot of leadership that goes on as well. Even though they're a member of an ensemble, within that ensemble there are smaller groups, you know, each section, the trumpet section or the clarinet sections. Within that small group, there needs to be a leader.
It's not only about leadership. Citizenship plays a big role in the program.
Being independent within a smaller group, within a larger group, which is very similar to what we do in general society. I'm an individual, but I belong to a bigger group which belongs to the bigger group of the country, for example.
Some cadets say it's those qualities of the program that define it from other music courses and keep them coming back for more.
I want to be there to be able to sort of like help bring them along and like be able to sort of help where it's needed.
But others say they will continue to return because music is their passion and the course allows them to build confidence in themselves.
They have lots of opportunities to go everywhere. There's lots of great people and we learn a lot of stuff, so I really enjoy it.
While these cadets are inside rehearsing their instruments for another upcoming recital, others are outside taking part in another one of the cadet programs. This is the basic fitness and sports course. Here cadets spend 75% of their time in the field, either in organized sport or basic fitness programs. There are over 80 kids participating in the sports tabloid. These teens here say they crave the combination of fitness and leadership.
You have to be able to respect your peers, and if you can't, then you won't be able to cooperate together in order to get a task done. That's practically the same thing back home at cadets.
Instructors say that's a lesson they'd like to carry through every program.
Even though, you know, playing the trumpet might not be something we look for in every Canadian citizen, it's those skills and those values of being a part of a team that do transfer.
In Cold Lake, the Cadet Summer Training Camp, Daniel Barry.
After the break, we go back to the woods to check in on how the cadets' last night in the bush went. That's next on Around the Region. Nighttime can be scary in the wilds of Alberta. This is the time where shelters get cold, fires go out, and bugs invade sleeping bags. Fear is the biggest enemy of survival the basic course kids had to overcome, but the sun always rises, bringing with it the reassuring feelings of morning.
Well, it's morning and my night in my hoochie wasn't as bad as I anticipated. Let's see how the other cadets did.
The bear was about 100 meters away from us.
Because of the bear sighting, the camp was evacuated quickly, leaving the kids with mixed feelings.
I thought the bug out was pretty fun and it was exciting, and I think we should do more of them as drills.
I learned how to really quickly leave your stuff behind and go. Just leave it and go for it.
No one was hurt and the camp was cleared, but it taught these cadets an important lesson.
Sometimes when they do blow the whistle, it's not always a drill, so just always treat every practice like it.
Meanwhile, in the instructor's course on Site 5, they made it through their second night and passed their evaluation with flying colors.
With minimal sleep and getting eaten alive, I think adapt and overcome really plays a big role in this, and I think we did good because we listened to that.
Staff cadets here say the packing up process can be very hard for survivalists. Even though they're excited to be coming in for a hot meal, it's hard to leave behind the site they became so dependent on.
A little depressing. You know, when you put so much work into all these crafts and all these knickknacks and then you tear it down the next day, it's a little disappointing, but then it has to be done.
For the survival instructor's course, this was just the first challenge. The next will be going solo in the woods and not knowing how many days until they get called in. But this first exercise has given these cadets confidence in themselves.
Biggest challenge is probably going to be boredom and loneliness. So I've decided I'm going to whittle dice.
Because we have all the skills and we just proved that today. So all it is to overcome ourselves.
And that's what instructors here say they're aiming for.
A lot of them, it's the independence of knowing that they've had the opportunity to essentially survive for themselves. They get the survival skills as well, which is something if they're into, be it hiking or camping in their home lives, they can take that home to them as well.
Eat, sleep, breathe, survival. That's part of the goal of cadet summer camps. As they march in, they're not only thinking about what they've learned for themselves, but how they'll pass it on to their peers at home.
We will have the training so that we would also have to teach this to cadets in our home squadron.
Even in the midst of the hustle and bustle of running summer camps, former Air Cadet himself, Mobbs, finds time to take to the skies.
Winds are 90 degrees to the runway.
He's been soaring the clouds since '82, only fitting for someone running an Air Cadets camp where many kids aspire to pilot one day.
My mom's a flight attendant and my stepdad is a pilot, and they got me really interested in airplanes, and so I wanted to take the pilot path.
Mobbs says he's happy to help these kids find their way to their dreams, whether it be in the sky or on the ground.
Just the people that say to me, one thing I always want to do is learn how to fly, but they never did.
Yeah.
The difference between the two is the pilot learns how to fly.
That wraps up our first ever Around the Region special on location at Cadet Summer Training Camp here at 4 Wing Cold Lake. If you have a comment or question about the show, email us at aroundtheregion@newcap.ca. Or as always, you can go to newcaptv.com for more information. I'm Whitney Stinson, and we'll see you around the region.